morning, welcome back to another weekly vlog. Quite enjoying these actually, quite enjoying them. I do want to put out some other kind of non-vloggy videos on this channel again, but I've been really enjoying the vlogs. And I mentioned in the last one that Emma and I are thinking of doing Vlogust, which is basically vlogging every day in August. Now at Vlogmas we did every other day. So it was basically, we did the Vlogmas together so that on every day there would be a vlog, but it would either be from me or from Emma. I think we may do the same thing. And we're thinking maybe, who knows, by then we might even be able to see each other by the end of August, but nobody knows, do they? Honestly, I've had kind of a rough past week, not quite there in the headspace. Milo's going downstairs, I can hear him. Good morning. He's run back upstairs. I think he's literally just woken up. Yeah, I've had kind of a rough week, like not quite being 100%. And there's just a niggle. There's just something that's like, I don't quite know what it is, but all of the things that irritate me ever are now becoming like massive things, which aren't massive things at all. But it really, I think, as I've said before with the whole lockdown thing, the feeling of being out of control, you then try to control everything that you can, because you can't control this, you can't control anything else that's happening. And so any area of my life where I feel like I haven't got control has become like a major weight recently. And it's been more difficult this last week than it's been for a while. And what I was going to say was, I had some comments, just some like little passive-aggressive comments, totally normal, not abnormal to receive something like that, you know, just nah, that kind of thing. And usually I'm like, oh yeah, I genuinely have got to the point where I'm like 99.9% of the time, I do not care what anybody says. It's pretty much water off a duck's back at this point. Like after 10 years, you become just kind of like, nah. You can't allow that stuff to, you just can't let it in, because it doesn't mean anything. It's just that it says more about the person who's saying the thing at the time than it does about you, because it's just like their outlet, they're irritated with whatever it might be, and your thing is the thing that they've decided to let that out on. That's fine, whatever. But because I've been in this like bit of a spiral this last week, like if I get a little comment, I immediately want to like respond, and I want to say, but, and I want to defend myself, or I want to say, you don't even, and I really am having to stop myself at the moment, because that's not usually how I deal with it. And that's kind of, it's kind of how I'm starting my week is, look, let's reset, let's draw a line under it. I've kind of been baited a little bit in the last week because I've already been in this weird mood. And I'm trying to like clear it for the week ahead. Allow me to introduce you to the creation of my teenage mind. I would love to know if anybody else has ever had this, if this is like not just me that's done this. But 9 cream crackers with cheese and beans in the microwave for 2 minutes. And it's basically individual things, very messy to eat, individual things of like beans on cheese on toast, but with crackers. No idea what made me think of this week. But I asked Lee to get some crackers, and I'm like living in the nostalgia of this and hoping it's as tasty as I remember. Man, I feel like a child again. It was delicious, and the crackers were still crunchy, which is something I couldn't remember whether or not they went soggy or not, and they didn't. So now I'm having a little slice of that cake that I showed you in the last vlog for dessert. I'm not usually a whipped cream person, but this is like more of like a chantilly sweet cream. It's so good. I moved the living room around a little bit, quite a lot, a little bit. I felt like I needed a change. I felt like, this is why I move things around so much. It makes me feel like a fresh start. And I was sitting there just like, I can't, whatever this is, I can't shake it off. And I need to do something. So I changed some things around. And I'll show you now a little bit, but I'll show you tomorrow. Anyway, I was just talking on Instagram to someone, and it came to me because we're both on the coil, which is a method of contraception that can stop you from having periods. And I have not had periods for years and years and years. Like I've had like a handful of them in my entire life, because most of the things that I've used, like the injection and stuff like that, have stopped my periods, which is great. However, it means that you still do get the hormonal imbalances, let's say. Like, you'll still get the times of the month where you're climbing the walls, but you don't know. There's no other sign that that's what that is. And so for a few days, you feel like you're losing your mind. And then you kind of think, maybe. But if it doesn't come to you, you start to think, like, you can kind of fall down a hole of, wow, I really am feeling really, really sad. And it doesn't make any sense. And if it just doesn't come to your mind that maybe it's your time of the month because there's no period that reminds you, you can kind of like fall into it more. Does that make sense? Anyway, I was talking to this person and I said, oh my God, I can't believe I've never thought of this. That's probably what it is, because I do just feel incredibly down this week. I don't know why. And it's hard right now because obviously lots of us are feeling that way because of lockdown. And even more so than normal, I wouldn't necessarily look for other reasons. But that's probably what it is. And with that in mind, I feel a little bit brighter because I feel like maybe that means next week I'll feel a little bit more positive. This is what I saw. So all of my work stuff was there, and now it's behind these curtains. We'll see how this goes tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I've got my laptop is there on that wicker basket. So I open up that laptop, that's one screen. Then I've got another screen that's kind of hidden behind that curtain. And I'm quite liking that now. This looks a little bit tropical over there. I've got my fan underneath. It's not like work. I'm not sitting here and looking at work things. And now I'm thinking it's going to be more permanent as well. I really don't want to be. So now I'll open the curtains in the morning. I'll be able to see both of my screens together. And we'll see how this goes, if I'm going to be close enough with this. I don't know. We'll see. But I really do like that mirror there. It's kind of a bit sideboardy. It does look a bit strange that I've got that big gap now. I've not made that a desk, but hey-ho. But that's kind of the situation. Also, I have moved my vanity back here. I've got my mirror that I use for my vanity, a little light-up mirror, just tucked away down there. But it does make sense for it to be kind of in the brighter area of the living room, whereas I had like a coffee table, like a glass coffee table down here, but it was just a place. It's now down there. It's down there. That coffee table was somewhere where things would be dumped, like letters come in or whatever, things that need to be dealt with. We'll put it on the coffee table, and it was something that you could see all the time. You walk in, you could see it straight away. So I thought, this makes no sense. I'll put it down there where you don't really see it. It's kind of hidden behind the sofa. So now all of that, it's just a mess. It's just a mess in that corner, but you don't see it. It's fine. So now, when you're kind of in the room, you come into the room, it's just this unit, and it's like nicer to look at. And it does also mean that if I'm feeling like this, having this mirror here, and I'm not even sure I've ever had them. I mean, I must have had the mirror there. I'm such like a freak for moving things around. I must have at some point had the mirror there. But I feel like maybe I haven't. It feels brighter. I think having the mirror closer to the window is making sense. So yeah, that's where we're at. And I made for dinner like a mince, like a hot pot thing. Just like mince with gravy and then sliced potatoes on top. And Lee is going to go and heat some up for us in a second because the kids have already eaten. It's just been a day. I mean, I'm watching The Holiday in June, so that should give you kind of a vibe for where I'm at. It is about 7:05. So I thought I'd show you now while it's quiet and nobody's in the room. A tidy living room to wake up to. In theory, I can now just like set myself up. Morning, Martha. Oh, I forgot you were going to Caroline's today.
Did you not see me at the top of the stairs?
Yeah, I mean, you weren't dressed there, were you?
Always.
Just another week full of Microsoft Teams. Mum's got a job interview through Microsoft Teams, and she was just saying she wants to have a practice because she's never even FaceTimed. So I can't even imagine. It just is so time consuming. It's like meeting after meeting. It's the equivalent of at work, people constantly coming up to your desk and interrupting you and just like distracting you. I feel like I'm getting nothing done. Doing lots of training via Teams, but I think part of the whole like feeling a bit low, whatever. Also, I've put some dry shampoo on my hair to absorb, so I've got like a weird white streak right now. Is probably that I know that I'm like super stressed out at work and worried about getting stuff done and having like more on my plate than usual. So you know, it all plays in. But I've made myself a cup of tea. I've got a couple of hours left. It's not a good day. I didn't get everything done work-wise that needed to get done in the week, or rather in the first 2 days. So today I have no idea what time I'm going to finish because it needs to get done. However, I did make myself a sandwich, a little packed lunch, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Just like, I think I'm just over it this week. I have got a Zoom call later though. I'm doing, I'm co-hosting, whatever that means, because I've only ever been on one Zoom chat. But I'm co-hosting Fiona Thomas's online book launch. So that's going to be fun, hopefully, at 7 o'clock. So I'm hoping by then, number one, I'll be finished, which is hours and hours after my finish time button. And also I can kind of perk up a little bit. Look at money. I've just come downstairs from the Zoom chat with Fiona, and this is the get-up that Lee's got money in. He looks like he's about to be in the school nativity.
Super hot.
It's a wet blanket, it's a wet towel. Because it gets too hot, don't you? Breakfast time. Milo said he wanted some
Just kidding.
eggs and soldiers. This seems like a lot of bread now piled up, but it is just 2 slices of toast. And some bacon. This is safe, I swear, because I've got my handbrake on, but I just put my car into reverse to leave where I am right now, and this all but terrified me. And I'm not mega scared of spiders, but holy moly. We're back. This is my had to get out of the house jaunt Costa. Oh my god, is this a really long movie?
Oh my god, it's never gonna end.
We're watching the Eurovision movie. There you go. We're watching the Eurovision movie on Netflix, and it is, I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be good, and we were excited to watch it in spite of that, but it's really not great. I'm doing a Friday night mask. I've really got to take mine off because it's like drying, which is not the plan. But Fiona, whose book party I was in the other day, she sent me some sheet masks, and I don't usually do sheet masks anymore, and it feels extra luxurious, so thanks Fiona. Exciting times. You can finally select the park that you can get into at Disney. Things have changed, so even if you've got a ticket now, you've got the holiday booked, even if you're staying on property, which we are staying in a Disney hotel for one night, decided to book kind of an extra, you're not guaranteed to get into the park without a special reservation. You've got to reserve 1 park per day, so the whole thing is going to be different. Obviously, we're going in at the very, very end of January, so the majority of the holiday will be in February. Come February, it could be different again, but they've put this in from the reopening. So as is, face coverings, limited capacity in the park, everyone's got to commit to a particular park per day, and you've got to reserve that ahead of time. So today we've been able to book a couple of those days because we've got 1 day in a hotel. And tomorrow it opens up to everyone, so we're going to hope that we get the parks we want to visit each day. But it feels a little bit more real, like we might actually go now we've got some reservations. Also, hi Miles. Also worth noting, we watched the rest of that film last night. It wasn't great. It wasn't a good film. But if you're wanting, for, you know, just something to watch, it was amusing enough. It was probably like half an hour too long, I would have said. It was a decent ending. And there was like a remix song in the middle. And as we were watching it, I said to Lee, I feel like this entire movie has been created around this one song. And he said this morning he saw it all over Twitter. So I think it's going to be a viral thing you're going to hear about. But it wasn't terrible. If you're thinking of watching it, it's okay. Last night we watched this film, Irresistible. It's about a political campaign directly after Trump wins. Very, very unexpected. It was kind of slow going, but it was really worth a watch. That's all I'm gonna say. But if you are able to watch it, because we bought it through Apple, watch it because it's a really good film. Today I am waiting to be able to get on to book the rest of our park days at Disney, and I'm finally using someone called, well, not someone, but a brand called Love Luna. The someone behind the brand sent me this a couple of months ago, and then it was like, are we going, are we not going? Wasn't able to use it, but it's a planner that's got multiple kind of sections in here just specific to Disney planning. So I finally got this out, and I'm going to start writing in it when we've got our itinerary ready. Really tired. Got my coffee. Gonna watch something upstairs while the boys play probably wrestling. And Sunday, very productive day. I've barely left the bedroom. I did all the reservations for Disney, which is great. Pretty much watched the Vampire Diaries all day. Put away all my clothes. I have reorganised my wardrobe, which I'll show you in a second. I used to have my handbags. I'll show you. I used to have my bags on this shelving unit outside. I just felt like it was looking really messy all the time, and I thought shoes would probably be a neater, more organised looking thing to see, since it has to be on the landing. I just don't have the space, I swear. So now I have reorganised this wardrobe, which used to have my shoes in it. Still got some shoes up there. And now I've got, this is my empties bag. So this is my stuff, because you can see, I need to film in empties. This is kind of like hair, body stuff. This is the DVD player, which is in the wardrobe, by the way. These wires lead to this thing down the side of this wardrobe, which you can't see from the side. And then that's how I've got that kind of hidden away, which highly recommend, by the way. And then on this shelf, I've got my perfumes and my skincare and stuff. And then we go up to kind of handbags and stuff in there. And you may remember from one of the lockdown vlogs, I did show you this. In one of those vlogs, I organised this, which is one of my favourite, basically my favourite places in the house. It is my, like, what are we calling it? Pull-out shelf of dreams. And then the one below used to be such a mess. I had all kinds of junk in here that needed to be dealt with. So this is way more organised now. This even hasn't got anything in it. I've got belts and bag straps, any kind of pills. I suppose this could be kind of first aid. I've got plasters and stuff in here. Hair tools. This is just a bag organiser. And then I've got travel things. So stuff that I would need when we travel. Little minis of things that I've collected. Plugs. That kind of stuff. And that's got some old jewellery that I don't use anymore. This, by the way, I bought this years and years ago. This is from, was it Glitzy Glam? Does anybody remember Ellen Blair's shop? Is this still a shop? Probably not. Ellen Blair Fowler from YouTube. And I bought a Glitzy Glam makeup bag because that's just who I am. I was just putting the clips on my computer from the week, and I'd kind of, I mean, I knew I'd had a low week, but I'd kind of forgotten how low it was, because I'm feeling considerably brighter now. But it really was, for a good portion of the week, I was just really wasn't feeling it. It was hard to shake off. I think probably the thing that has kind of boosted me most is that we're going to go and see Emma and Chris next week, and I'm so excited because from the 4th or the 5th, I don't know what day it is, but from next weekend we're allowed to go and visit people and stay at their houses, and I haven't seen anybody, I haven't bubbled with anybody, so really, really excited to go and stay there at the weekend, and we're going to take Milo, and it's going to feel like complete normality. It's going to be so weird. I'm like way more excited about it than probably I should be, but leaving the house, guys, leaving the house. And we were also thinking about maybe booking a night away in a hotel for just Lee and I in August, and it's all starting to feel like, I think it's the trapped feeling that's really got me down throughout lockdown, the feeling of ice cream man. I've broken 2 memory cards this week, and this one is nearly full, so, or rather it is full, I've had to delete something. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
I can try if you let me. With our lives, I am bleeding. Who am I without stories that aren't mine? What I did